Hello and welcome. Thank you for tuning in to another Fridays with Dormee. This is going to be a track review today, and it's one of my earlier tracks back in 2015, and it's a bit solemn. So, well, let me just get into it. I'm going to read you the track notes I just wrote down. So here we go. This melancholy song, published on July 31st of 2015, will dampen your spirits and tug at your heartstrings when you consider the title, Robot Broken. With a deep beat and solemn piano lines, the sadness of this song is present through every MIDI input. This song cries out for help, for someone to fix what is broken, a pathetic pile of junk, neglected by anyone who sees it. The rhythm is off, but syncopated and laced with sad synthesized melodic musical motifs that carry you into an emotional state of compassion for this helpless mess. Each drop is void and simple. Each melody is melancholic. Each beat brings you closer to the end. So, this is a bit of a sad song. Now I'm going to go into the origin, process, and meaning of this song before I play it for you guys. The origin is really unknown, but I think this comes from a place of brokenness. I had been through some hard times in the past years, and I was just beginning to see the light at the end of the tunnel back in 2015. At that time, I considered it my best work, and indeed it may have been. The process of this song is, it's usually my process still to this day, is to just sit at my keyboard, my piano, and figure out a chord progression that I can connect with at that present moment. So that's why I'm saying this probably came from a place of brokenness. It's a very, very sad song. And the drops, well, I just felt, when I listen to electronic music, there's a certain syncopation to dance music in particular that I just fell in love with, and I used in this song in the first drop, and also I think later on in the second drop. You'll hear that definitely in the first drop, that dance syncopation. And then a synthesizer joins it, which is even more syncopated, and it feels kind of clunky, maybe a little bit, just a little bit off, but it's really groovy. And then I just added the synths after I came up with the piano line. And one of the synthesizers had this sound that sounded like a broken electronic gadget, and that's why I named it Robot Broken, also because it just fit the mood of the piece. You'll probably hear that sound. It's kind of a fluctuating sound in the background with high-pitched sounds. It just kind of sounds like computers working, and it just sounds, I thought it sounded like a broken computer, just kind of like distorted in a way. I used a new mastering technique in this song, something that was simpler. Before then I was using pretty complex mastering techniques, but I just decided to strip things down and take a sample, and I think it really allows the bass to come through in this song. I think you'll hear that in the song. There's a really lush and deep bass to this song. The meaning of this song is to feel and relate to the brokenness, to experience loss. I'm sure most of us, if not all of us, have experienced loss at one time or other in the form of different things, maybe prized possessions, definitely probably people you love, and comes from a spirit of that. This was a single, and it was only released on my SoundCloud and YouTube back on July 31st of 2015. Okay, so without further delay, here's Robot Broken. Alright, a couple things to remember before I jump off here. My secret track is out. Now, not so secret. The title is, well, you can see it in the link description below. You'll see the title and a link to the song itself. You're welcome to listen to it on YouTube. I'll link to it below. Also on my, well, I'll give one link. It's called a song link that links to all major platforms, both streaming and if you want to download your own copy, it'll link you to that. So it's one link that I'm going to give you, and that'll link to all you need with my secret track. Okay, so I've mentioned Justin Pauly or Forteller before. We are now on the last song of his series, Hopeless Lovers. And this is exciting. We're gonna feature Ashley Page on this last song. So I'm gonna also link to all the songs. There's only 2 released so far, but there's gonna be 5 total. And Justin is planning on releasing all the last 3 all together as a group, and he'll be doing that as soon as we get this finished, which will probably be in a couple weeks, if not sooner. And last but not least, I want to thank my patrons, John and Ryan, for their patronage. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. And if you want to become a patron, I'll link to it down below, and you can support me in making independent electronic music. I really do consider this an art form, although I don't know, I guess it could be, maybe it's a little controversial, but it's definitely an art form, definitely to it. I work really hard on these songs, and I would definitely appreciate if you choose to become a patron. Okay, so I'm just gonna get off here now, and so until next time, bye.